Hello and welcome to Tarot by the Moon. It's Tasha here at Tarot by the Moon. Hello everybody and welcome. Just a brief apology for not being able to come on last week. As many of you know, our little furry friend Mr. Milo wasn't very well at all. The good news is he's now on the mend. He is so on the mend. It is incredible, the difference in him in a week. Thank you all for all of the love, support, positive vibrations and healing that have been sent his way. I'm sure that it's made every bit of difference, because you would not believe how different this dog is in the space of a week. Turns out he's probably got something like a trapped nerve or some kind of leg injury which is affecting his spine, and the way it was described by the vet was that it's like as if the brain isn't sending the messages that the foot needs, and the foot's... So one of his new nicknames is now Funny Feet. He's got many nicknames, as we know. So 2023, new nickname for Mr. Milo now is Funny Feet. So his funny little feet, his foot is feeling a lot better. His stomach has settled down. He's eating well. All of his motions are going very well. He's going for short walks, which he's thoroughly enjoying, and I haven't seen him so energetic and not dragging and just skipping forward quite lightly, even though they've only been short walks for a long time. Here he is. He's gone very affectionate, back to his affectionate self, which was quite disturbing because he didn't want to be either touched. He turned quite aggressive for a couple of days because he was feeling so poorly. He's back to his usual affectionate self. I've got to keep an eye on him, trying to keep him jumping and running around to a minimum, which is difficult because he does like to jump up at everything and what have you. Have tried keeping him in a pen. It's not gone too well, but to be honest with you, the vet seems quite happy with his progress. He's got another trip to the vet next week just to check and see on how he's doing, but he's been off the painkillers for the last couple of days. He sat right at my feet there, but the camera angle's not showing him. There he is, Mr. Milo. Mr. Milo, come here, come say hello. So as you can see, that tail is wagging. He's put on a tiny little bit of weight. He's eating well, so he should start packing it on soon. And he's so much better than he was. So that's the quick rundown on what's going on with Mr. Milo, because I know you're all lovely people and you're all very concerned and like to know. So on with the tarot channel. In case anybody's not tuned in before, thank you for your patience. Please bear with me. That's just a quick little preamble about how Mr. Milo, the Parsons Russell, is doing. There's another dog here as well, a collie dog called Mr. Murray. He's doing very well as well. He's been very patient and very tolerant all week long, bless him. So how are you all? So I missed the video last week. I didn't get any tarot, as you can imagine. I didn't get any tarot work done. I didn't even switch the hoover on until today. I didn't dare, because I've just been sat by that little one side nursing him back, basically. So how are you all doing on this full moon? We're in a full moon. Hasn't that come around quick? Full moon in Leo today. Very, very exciting. Now, I want to say something about the full moon in Leo, and I want to say something as well about we're just over halfway through the midway point between winter solstice and spring equinox. So that's quite exciting. The wheel is starting to just move a little increment at a time. So we're halfway towards sort of so we've been on that inward journey throughout the winter. We've been on that inward journey of releasing what we don't want anymore, that metamorphosis. Now is the light. Now is time to start coming back out into the world and sharing your unique gifts. With Leo, I've been trying to tune into this energy all morning, and it feels like it's about the heart very much. And yes, we can draw our energy from source in any way we can, which can be from the core of Mother Earth, which can be from the stars, and I recommend all and every of those kinds of things, but we can draw it from our own heart, the threefold flame within our heart. So I feel like it's asking us to get in touch with that this full moon, and to get ready to just shine that light out, because of course Leo is a very outgoing, shiny, you know what I'm saying, letting the light out, letting everything out, you know, it's nothing shy about it at all, that lion energy. So it's like having that courage to start allowing your light to shine, and that light that you shine in is brand new. It's something that's brand new. We're still in the springtime, we're still in the beginning bit of the year. We've been nurturing the seeds all winter long, and now it's time for them to push their little heads up, for that light, that new version of yourself to be shown and exposed to the world. So Leo full moon is perfect coming in the springtime for us, to give us the courage, to give us the confidence, to give us the energy that we need to just show off a little bit, let that light shine. Let it out, let it grow, let it breathe. Of course, like I say, we're halfway between winter solstice and spring equinox, so this is a good time to have a little bit of a re-evaluation as well of where we're going, what we're doing, what we're all about, what we're letting go of, what we're continuing to let go of, what we're continuing to nurture. So that by the time we get to the spring equinox, we'll be fully in the light, we'll be fully immersed in the light, and the light that we've been nurturing will be fully exposed into the world. I hope that's making sense to you guys. If you haven't tuned into my channel before, stick with me, it's a little bit different. You don't need to be any particular star sign. This is a collective reading, it's an intuitive reading. I always have a preamble at the beginning around about the general astrology and the moon phase that we're in, as we've just had. Bear in mind as well, full moon, emotions are running really high. I've had a quick look at the basic astrology for this morning, and the long and short of it is, be very wary over the last couple of days and over the next couple of days of getting into any arguments with people, especially people that you love, okay? Anything that's going to be like get into an argument or escalate, be very, very wary, because this is a time where those kinds of things can stick and turn into a long-term sort of feud, and that is the last thing we want, okay? So be aware that a lot of other people's emotions are running high as well as your own. The moon is part to play in this. Leo is part to play in this also. It blows things up. It can be very dramatic energy. The moon tends to magnify all issues, problems, arguments and things, and escalate things with that fiery Leo energy as well. So just be very careful of that. There's also some kind of conjunction going on with Mars as well, which is a very aggressive sort of energy if you're not careful. So it's just a sort of a warning, not to fear it or to worry about it, but just a little warning that any sort of arguments that you see sort of picking up, or bickering that you see picking up, stay in your peace, rise above it, take a step back, let it go, as the Disney song goes. And just do what you can to avoid that, because we don't want anything getting stuck in that stubborn Leo full moon energy right now. Okay, my loves, let's look at the positive side of it, and let's allow it to help us to step up, step out, be confident, be bold, be outgoing, and allow the light that we've been nurturing all winter to start to shine out there in the world. Okay, my darlings. So all that being said, let's go in with a tarot reading. Now, like I say, for new viewers, this is a collective tarot reading. It's very intuitive. And what I do is I call it my element spread. So the first one represents air, and that's all about our thoughts and actions, okay? The next one represents water, and that's all about our feelings and our heart. The next one represents fire, and that's about our creativity and passion. And the next one represents earth, and that's how we're actually manifesting what's pulling through after we filtered through the lessons of the other three. It all comes clear as we go along. I clarify with some other stuff at the end. It's always a little bit different. You don't need to be any particular star sign, but particular star signs do come up as the reading goes on. Sometimes I get very specific messages for people who are watching that are very specific to them, and sometimes it's more a general reading of how humanity is doing at large. It's what I call microcosm, macrocosm healing. So what I mean by that is what you're healing on the daily life. So something might come out that's specific that really resonates with you in your daily life. what you're healing there, what spirit is guiding you to heal there, is also being healed on the collective, is also being healed for the whole of humanity. And do not underestimate the power of that. That's something that science is just about to start to explain to us, and that you can actually start to learn about right now in the field of quantum physics. So, all that being said, let's go in. I always call in the highest vibration of love and only love into my readings, for ourselves, for the beautiful planet that we live on, for Mother Gaia, for all of our ancestors, for anyone overseeing this reading, for anyone overseeing your life, for anyone that you share your life with, nothing but radical compassion and love, for all of the animals, plant life that we share this beautiful planet with, that are our greatest teachers and guides, for all of the interdimensional life that we've yet to understand, nothing but the highest level of compassion and love. And so it is, my darlings. Oh, right, righty-ho. New season, we're properly in spring now. We've had Imbolc, we had an Imbolc reading the other week. So we're properly in spring now. Very early stages of spring. I've noticed some little snowdrops have bloomed, and I've noticed lovely bunches of yellow crocuses have started sprouting up in Aberdeen Park. And it's such a lovely energy when you see those first blooms coming up in the springtime. Oh, there we go. And so today I wanted to bring in a different kind of energy in the cards. So we have been using the Swedish Tarot, which we've been loving, and we will be still dipping into that from time to time as we're guided. But today I wanted to bring in a fresh energy with the cards. So I've brought in the Harmonious Tarot for us to have a little explore of. It's got a springtime sort of feeling about it, the Harmonious. It's very gentle energy. A lot of the artwork is flora and fauna as well, so it seems very appropriate. Okay, just having a look. It's underneath the pack. Okay, so bear with me, my loves, because I've got a whole reference guide for this particular set as well, which I should have got ready and I didn't get ready, so stick with me a minute. The first one out is the Chariot card, actually. Let's just intuitively do it and then I'll come back to the actual guides. The Chariot card's the first one out, and that does come out in the area of our mental health, of air, alright? Chariot card represents a sign of Cancer, so that might mean something to you. There might be Cancerian watching this, and this reading might really resonate strongly with you. Or it might be the season of Cancer that it's pointing to, which is midsummer. The sign of the Crab, very, very tough, very, very strong energy. I want to say as well, with the full moon, the moon rules the Crab, yeah. Cancer, sorry, I'm looking at this. Let me just look at this first. Let me just do one thing at a time. There we are, that's what I'm looking for. Right, sorry about this, gang. I'm not very organised. I'm a little bit rusty. Because the different decks do have quite different filters on them. He's feeling so much better, as you can hear. Mr. Milo, Mr. Milo, excuse me, Milo, excuse me a minute, again. Right, get down. No, get down. Right, shh. Get down. Come on, get down. No. So sorry about that. As you can hear, Mr. Milo's feeling a lot better. Somebody shut the van door outside and he's all over it. Trying to encourage him not to jump up and down and things like that. It's quite difficult, so forgive me if I have to jump off camera a minute and go and see to him. I'm sure you'll understand. Yeah, so where were we at? So the moon rules Cancer, and we're in a full moon. The full moon is in Leo, but the moon rules Cancer. Leo and Cancer are quite different signs from each other. Fire and water. Fire and water, and we can't exist without either, can we? Is what I'm being shown there for some reason. We can't exist without either. What's that all about? Do you know what? Sorry about this. It's really distracting. Mr. Milo! Get an eye down. Down. Come on. Lie down. Oh, sorry about this. So, they're quite different energies from each other. Yeah, where's this going? Seriously. Glory. Ah, interesting though. Right, so here we go. Right, here we go. Right. So the specific reference for the specific harmonious tarot, the key words are glory, triumph, dynamism. Those are not words you associate with Cancer. Those are words you associate with Leo energy, actually. So this is very much pointing to the full moon in Leo with the Chariot energy for sure, especially in the filter of these particular cards. Future news and surprises, success and money. The Chariot symbolises a choice, direction or goal to be pursued. That's an interesting interpretation that I wouldn't necessarily have picked up on if I hadn't taken the time to look at the actual reference for this particular deck. I know this is what I mean about exploring new decks with you guys. That's quite fascinating. So in our this is in your mental health as well. This is about pursuing something, and I do feel like if you look at this particular Chariot image, a lot of the Chariot images are, you see the Chariot sort of head on. You sort of see it from the front on, but this one is showing us, it looks more like an Eight of Cups sort of vibe, if you know your tarot at all. We're showing us like the back and the side of the Chariot going up the hill. And that lady's sort of Edwardian looking lady stood up in the back there waving. It's quite an unusual. You don't get the sphinxes or the horses in the front. That looks like Castle Cork in the background if you live in South Wales as well, does it not? This has been pulled upon a specific path, a clear goal. The goal is that castle in the distance. This is the first time I've ever seen a castle up a hill in a Chariot card. Like I say, that reminds me of an Eight of Cups more. But it's like onwards to better things. There is a specific goal. The castle is the specific goal. This is an interesting energy and an interesting card. So this full moon, we know we're on the path to glory, I want to say. I love it how those words were really Leo. Dynamism, shining your light, moving forward, knowing where you're going, knowing what the destination is, understanding what the destination is. You may have, over the last 28 days even, since we've done the other reading, actually manifested a lot of those goals or be well on your way up towards that goal. It feels like there's something new. This is a big energy, and it feels like there's something new to do with being able to pull in for yourself, either some kind of like upgrade in your lifestyle or some kind of monetary value to yourself or monetary security. Because I'm just looking at that castle, and it's just, to me, the image of a castle in tarot is like all about security. And it does look like a really well-built, secure castle as well. It's not a crumbling sort of, if you look at that image closely, that's a well-structured, well-maintained, you know, there's nothing falling apart about that. It's up on that hill, it's in a safe place. There's green grass growing all around it all as well. This is moving on to a place of stability. This is about moving forward to a place of stability and being sure that you're on the right path now. You're sure that you're on the right path. You're sure that you're going the right way. You're saying goodbye even to the old. The way they're like leaning out of the back of there. You don't see that in a normal Chariot card either. The way they're leaning out of the back of that and waving goodbye. It's like they're leaving the old behind. Literally leaving the old behind. Literally, we've left 2022 behind. We left those old versions of ourselves behind. what I said at the beginning at the preamble. We've left all that behind that's not working for us, and we're moving forward. It's beautiful, bold Leo full moon, fresh energy, in that beautiful Cancerian chariot. King of Swords, sorry. Oh, this is the Henry VIII one. We've had this guy before because we said, didn't he look like Henry VIII? Yeah. The King of Swords. This is about mental clarity. This has come and decisive action. This has come up in our area of our emotions. So we're taking a very in our emotions, we're taking a very sort of a practical sort of approach, I feel. In the heart space, we've taken control of something. You're very much it being a king as well. It feels like, let's just check the King of Swords. Wisdom, tenacity, security, authority, impartial judgment. That word security has come up again. Feeling secure in yourself, impartiality as well, because the emotions obviously can be very partial. There can be a toxic side to acting from your emotions all the time, and I feel like this Leo full moon energy is asking us to get back in touch with our heart space and draw our energy and fill up our cup from our own heart space. But it's about realising that your own heart space has to be impartial as well. There has to be that balance in there. If you just drawing up from your own heart space and you haven't got that impartiality in there, then that's going to become toxic. That's going to become toxic, even though it's coming from your emotions. Emotions can quickly turn toxic and quickly turn all the other elements that we work with within our structures, within our bodies, within our spiritual life, turn everything around us toxic if we're not careful and keeping those emotions in balance and using them impartially, using your heart impartially. I feel like that needed to be said, my loves. My voice is going, as you can hear. Just take a glass of water. Right, the next one coming out, beautiful Ace of Swords. So glad to see an ace. As I always say to you guys in all of my readings in the old school of tarot, if they didn't see an ace, they would be asked to go again. And if they went a second time and there was still no ace, they would be asked to leave the tarot reading actually for another day. So it never lets us down, and we always see an ace in Tarot by the Moon. And I never rehearse this or do it again. If I do, I've told you at the beginning anyway, that it very rarely happens. Ace of Swords. So today we've got the Ace of Swords, and again, that's about clarity. That's about the intellect. That's about having sharp focus. That's about knowing which direction you're going in. That's about not being afraid to take that metaphorical sword and cut off what's not working for you and cut a new path through to what is working for you, which is that path up ahead. That beautiful chariot energy. The mermaid wanted to fall off the counter for some reason and make herself known there. Now, that knocking you can hear in the background is Mr. Murray knocking against the side of his pen. Not to come out, he's just scratching himself and it's knocking the side of the pen. Excuse me, Mr. Milo. Stop being so... You're so much better than you. I know. It's unbelievable, recovery. I'm so glad. Oh, he's on full form today. It's like it was nothing ever wrong with him, honestly. So yeah, cutting ourselves a new path ahead, as we see in that beautiful chariot image, which is also giving me Eight of Cups vibes. Ace of Swords. Intelligence, mental clarity, lucid ideas and decisions. So again, there was something about a decision being made in the initial energy. So this is in our fire and our creativity. So this is something that's affecting our creativity. Now I wanted to talk about creativity as well. That passed through my energy this morning about the Leo full moon in spring, because springtime is a time of a complete change of energy. Mother Earth's waking up, creativity, and it's waking up our creativity at the same time as we're part of that season and we're part of our nature. So it's waking up that part of ourselves that is creative. And I feel like, because that's come up twice in the reading, that's come up in your mental health, that's also come up in your fire, that there's some kind of decision to be made. It involves your creativity. I did say it at the beginning with the chariot energy, even though I was very, very distracted. That's what I was getting, was there's some way that you're using your skills or talents to sort of elevate yourself in the world, to create more security for yourself. So it's like as if, now I see why they were showing me that as well. Right, just to come back to, I've just been reminded why I was shown that at the beginning before Mr. Milo really threw me off. That's why I was being shown that. Okay, so I was being shown the Leo and the Cancer energy, like a juxtaposed sort of thing. And that's how different that is, because that's fire and water, and that's two completely opposite elements. But they're both essential for life. They're both completely essential for life. Now, the water would stand for our emotions and also our subtle intuitions and psychic sides and things like that, okay? The unseen. And the fire is pure, potent creativity. And we've just had the first fire festival of the year, Bridie's Festival, which was last week, which is in Bulk, which is the beginning of spring. So we can't have one without the other. Now, when you think of spring as well, I'm getting deep into this and I'm being shown this. This is a download coming in by my loves. Springtime also. So it's a fire festival. The sun's returning, the light's returning to the earth, right? But also, we get loads of rain in the spring. We get loads, tip, yeah. And it's not just April, is it? It's the whole run up to spring. We get loads of rain, loads of sun, loads of rain, loads of sun. We get intermittent showers of sun and rain very often in the springtime, and that is what I associate with springtime weather. That, and we all say to each other, well, that's what the earth needs, that's what the gardens need, that's what plants need. And maybe that's what we need too, is what I'm being shown is, yes, we need that sun, yes, we need that creativity and that drive and that fire, but we also need, in equal amounts, especially in springtime, in equal amounts, the water, the rain, the emotions to be allowed to come up, the intuitive side to be allowed to come up, the unseen. So we need it both, even though they're very, very different from each other. And I think the upload I'm being shown you now is that like springtime is a season of both those elements working in tandem with each other, that you wouldn't naturally, if you thought of it on the surface of it, you wouldn't, but they actually do work in perfect tandem with each other in the springtime months, and we need them too, and that's reflected in our own elements and in our own life and what we're nurturing and growing in our own personal gardens of our own spirituality, and what we want to see nurtured and what we want weeded out, and what we need the light of and the warmth and the heat of that fire, and we need the nurturing of the soil as well by the rain. Equally, there's no competition between the elements, it's all respectful dance. Wow, okay, moving forward. Wow, now I didn't notice this till just now. Okay, very interesting. Moving forward, surprise, what we got coming up for Earth, what we're manifesting, is the actual moon. The moon card has come up in the area of Earth to show us. This reading is guided by Spirit. We are spot on here today. The actual moon card on the full moon, on Tarot by the Moon's return. Even though it's a little bit of a rocky start there at the beginning, I feel like the energy is flowing very well now. So please do stick with me, and please give me the thumbs up as well. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. Please give me the thumbs up. It's super important that I get those thumbs up. It's super important that I get some more subscribers. So please help me out in any way you can. Anyway, back in with the energy. So the moon has come up to show us this is what we're manifesting. Now this is also a massive energy within the tarot, and this card is associated with Cancerian energy once again, also with Pisces and Scorpio. In this particular image you can in fact see a scorpion right at the front. Is it a scorpion? Yeah, it looks like a scorpion in this one. Two dogs in the background of that one as well, interestingly. Beautiful feminine figure there nurturing that plant, which is like bigger than her. It's like a little it's like flower, but it's like bigger than her, and the moon in the background. This is, I don't know, there's a message here about being part of something bigger than us, that nature is showing us all the time. Just the imagery of that it's just like an ordinary looking flower, but it's actually larger than it, and it's just like, I don't know, to me it's just showing me that like we're actually part of something bigger. Nature is that something bigger when we are a part of it, and we nurture it, and we nurture it within ourselves, just as she's nurturing it there, okay? The water element as well is coming up strongly with the moon. Now, the moon and the water are synonymous, and a one, and you've got a lot of water in the moon card, as usual. That scorpion or lobster, I'm not sure, something like that is coming up out of, and signifies that we've been down deep. And that mermaid wanted to show us that, didn't she? Also, we've been deep diving emotionally, and we've come back up, and we've got all of this wisdom that we've gained, and we've got all of these lessons that we've learned, and we've got all of this fine-tuning that we've done to our souls and to our gifts, and now it's time to bring them back out into the world and let that Leo and full moon energy help us to bring them out into the world. I'm loving that energy. The one underneath the pack, what we don't see coming, was a Page of Swords. I knew a Page of Swords was going to come up today, and it was just one of those little inklings that I had earlier on when I was thinking about coming on. I felt like it was maybe because people are keeping an eye out on, maybe quite egotistically of me really, but I felt like maybe people are keeping an eye out on, because it's a card of espionage, spying, technology and things like that as well. And I felt like, maybe you're all keeping an eye on Tarot by the Moon, and wondering whether I'm ever going to come back, and here I am. So I felt like that was why I was getting the energy of the Page of Swords. But it's about intelligence, it's about debating in a good way, it's about having the ability to debate something, communication skills. It's about being curious and staying curious, and having that lively, youthful spirit of staying curious and wanting to learn, and being able to debate and getting your head into those kinds of things. There's a lot of sword energy here, apart from the big energy of the Chariot and the Moon, which are very, very much linked. It's a lot of cerebral energy in this reading today. It's a lot of mental energy. It's all up in the mind. And that's beautiful. It's bringing a lot of focus. It's bringing a new start of some kind as well. I like that it's the page, because it's just very fitting for springtime. We're still in the beginning. We're still starting something. But we're off to a good start. I feel we really, really, truly are. This is in the energy of what's hidden from us as well, or what we're not quite seeing yet. So it's like as if we've got more intelligence, more communication skills to bring out what it is we're learning, what it is we're growing with, and all of that. Then we realise we've got more going for us than we realise. Just the fact that that's in the area of what's hidden. We've got a lot more intelligence, a lot more communication skills, a lot more of all of those kinds of things going for us than we even realise, that we give ourselves credit for. Okay, so that's good. That's a little confidence booster for us. I love this reading, love this energy. It's very, very strong. Right, I'm going to clarify with a little bit of Thelema Tarot. Now it's called Thelema Tarot. It's got nothing to do with Aleister Crowley's Church of Thelema or anything of the kind. It is simply called Thelema Tarot, and the word Thelema is actually from the ancient Greek language, and it means intention or will. Okay, and that is the only reference of why it is called Thelema. Let me just get the reference for these particular cards up, because these are quite new to me also. Absolutely beautiful. So nice. this today, to be honest with you. There it is, it's from after. Right. I promise I'm not always this disorganised. I'm a little bit rusty, as I say. My energy's been so focused on my little buddy that it's been really difficult to get in a zone with anything else. So please bear with me. So Thelema Tarot, right, let's have a little look at what's coming up to clarify this reading today. I'm loving the energy. We've got a beautiful ace and some ace of swords. So mental clarity is coming in. A decision's being made. A decision's being made that's going to put you on the path to improvement, great improvement, massive improvement. It's about staying focused very much this reading on that as well, with all that sword energy. The moon, there is a little bit of confusion comes in around the moon. Like I said, the preamble is classic moon energy, especially when you add fire of Mars and Leo to it. So just remember that you're on the right path. Just stay with that. And avoid conflict wherever you can, yeah, which is also very Cancerian energy, I want to say. So it's coming in with the Thelema Tarot to clarify this Chariot energy. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Another ace. Cancer energy's flying about today, even though it's a Leo full moon, right? Because I've got this little shells falling off as well. So let's see. Yes. So we've got two aces on the table now. So two aces is what I call a linchpin energy in a reading. This is indicating massive changes coming in for somebody, or even for us all collectively. Huge changes. On a personal level, this can indicate either a house move or renovations to house you're already in. This can indicate a new relationship or a new start within the relationship you're in. Or this can indicate new employment, or indeed a step up or a reshuffle in the employment you're already in. Very often in life, why I call it linchpin, because very often, in fact every single time that I've seen this for somebody or for myself within a reading or within the energy, one of those doors will open the door to the other two doors. It's like you're going down a whole new path, and there to confirm it, and what we don't see coming is the Ace of Wands. So we've got another ace showing us this massive changes coming in, and we've seen this already over the last couple of months. 2023 is going to be a year of huge positive change. Might not feel like positive at the time, might be quite difficult to navigate at the time. This is both globally, collectively, as for humanity and for ourselves on personal level. Just really exciting. I said there was something to do with money coming up, didn't I? Did I not say that when we were talking about that Chariot energy at the beginning? And I said it's not a word, something I normally associate with the Chariot energy, but in this particular instance I was picking it up that it's sort of going to make us more stable, secure financially. And there to clarify, Spirit has given us an Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, all about jackpot, it's all about the money, it's all about that, okay? So that is how Spirit is confirming to us that we were absolutely right. This new path that we're on, or that you feel you're on personally, is leading you to more stability, is leading you to financial security for sure. It can also stand for things that we value greatly, obviously, not just money, but I do feel like that is a direct confirmation that that is what we were picking up, that I wouldn't normally be picking up with the Chariot necessarily. The actual interpretation of the Thelema Ace of Pentacle Tarot is, I stand at the gates of the garden beyond which there is a land ripe for planting. Interesting. Some of you might actually be doing your gardening and doing a lot of planting and stuff like that right now. It's the perfect time of year for it, springtime. Or you may be moving to I feel like, I want to say, because I said it, I picked it up on the initial energy with that Chariot, and I said this castle's drawing my eye. We don't normally see a castle in a Chariot card, but I also mentioned that it's surrounded by lush green fields, and that was being highlighted to me very clearly. And that is just perfect. That is exactly what I'm seeing. Maybe you're looking to move to somewhere where you can have a little garden. Maybe somebody's buying some land. Maybe somebody's, I don't know. It just feels like something of that nature. There is a land ripe for planting, standing at the gates of a garden. Okay, that's very specific, my loves. The next one's coming up. Again, And I said it to you with the preamble. 10 of Pentacles. This is another jackpot card, okay? This is very, very auspicious, coming in with the Ace of Pentacles, showing us there's an opportunity for growth, there's an opportunity for growing things, whether it's money, whether it's actually growing food, whether it's actually growing plants and things like that. Something's growing, and it's growing exponentially when we've taken it straight to a 10 of Pentacles, which is another jackpot energy, especially when money's concerned, or growth of any kind. The world holds our creations. What we build can last a long time or be swept away. What will your legacy be? What will your legacy be? The King of Swords has asked us to make a decision, hasn't he? And to be very clear and very strong going forward with our decision making, because we are leaving a legacy. And we are leaving a legacy. I love that shows actual world in it as well. The actual planet from space through an arched window, and all these pentacles around. And I don't know, this is showing me that this is a global shift. This is the global shift. 10 of Pentacles there. What will our legacy be, humanity? What will it be? It's up to every individual on the planet to shift their vibration and to take that responsibility of improving your life as much as you possibly can, from a spiritual perspective, from a perspective of new energy, and not going back to the old energy that created all the problems we're already in and that we're still clearing away. I do feel a joyous energy when I'm looking at this, because it's very clearly showing me that a lot, like I've said to you in the past couple of months, a lot of the heavy work of shifting the energy collectively has been done now. It has been done. I need to give yourself a pat on the back for that. Because it is down to your individual efforts, and it is down to every decision you make, and every breath and every thought and all of it, okay? And the planet has shifted, and there is a higher vibration going on. It was weird because one of the ladies that I follow, Pam Gregory, I've talked about her quite a lot. She's an astrologer extraordinaire, to say the least. And she's been saying for a while that she's noticed that the planet, the shift has happened, and you can notice it by going outside and noticing that the colours are really vivid, and that the birds are singing really clearly and like in a higher sort of vibe. And it was so strange, because as soon as she said it, I thought, you know what, I've noticed the same thing. And of course it's down to you being in a higher vibe yourself as well, but those things are happening around us. The energy has lifted, and it isn't just the energy of spring. I've said to you guys pretty much since I've been doing this channel, I feel like it's an energy of spring even when there's no spring, and that's because we are in a new energy, that we've actually shifted, that humanity have turned a corner where we're not concerned with the old ways of doing things anymore. We're not going to come at problems in the energy that created them. Excuse me. Which is anger and frustration and dis-ease. We're not coming at it from that. We're coming at it from a place of peace, understanding, and radical compassion. And that is how we're healing things. We're moving on to the Judgment card, coming up in the area of fire. Beautiful angelic image on this card. The Judgment card is all about second chances. It's all about resurrection and hope. Okay, so it's interesting. It feels like through our creativity, through our passion, through what we're creating, through what we're choosing to create, through the decisions we're making to choose to create from a higher vibe and from a completely different energy, and consciously leaving that old energy behind, we are coming through with this beautiful angelic energy of creativity coming up to clarify that Ace of Swords for us, that we are absolutely making the right decision to do that. I want to say about the, just have a look, Judgment. It has been a long time since I have been you. Let's go home. Since I have seen you, let's go home. This is what it says. Sorry, this is the interpretation for the Thelema Tarot Judgment card. It says, it has been a long time since I have seen you. Let's go home. Wow, that's beautiful. It has been a long time since I have seen you. Let's go home. That's beautiful, humanity. And there's this beautiful angel up there. So saying that, that's like so profound. That's like, backing up exactly what we've just said, which is the truth of humanity, which is that we are so much bigger than we've been led to believe, that we are so much more capable than we've been led to believe, so much more abundant, beautiful, healing, and all of that. And that's what I feel like it's saying. It's like our higher self, it's like our angelic guides are saying, it's been a long time since I've seen you, humanity. Let's go home. And where is home? Home is Gaia. Home is Earth. Home is where we are. It's where we are in the galaxy right now in this lifetime. But it's not where we've been in that dense, and a lot of people are still trapped in that, you know, that dense energy of negativity, of greed, of fear. We are now home in our own heart space. We are home in that beautiful threefold flame within each human heart. That's where we're home, and we're bringing that out. We're bringing that flame out into the world to heal the world, to heal the actual planet, and to help other people switch on to their healing potential also. Wow, that's profound. That's it, me for 6. Hope you're feeling it too. We've got a King of Wands coming up to clarify the moon energy. Beautiful King of Wands in the Thelema Tarot. What I say stands and cannot be changed. I am the ruler and protector of everyone in my charge. Wow, that's powerful stuff as well. What I say cannot be changed. What I say stands and cannot be changed. I am the ruler and protector of everyone in my charge. It's really powerful. This Thelema Tarot is very, very powerful because a lot of the interpretations are said in the first person, which makes it quite unique and different and quite powerful. Exactly. This is what we've manifested through pulling through the lessons of all of this, by staying on that track, the Chariot, by bringing in all of this potential new earth. Okay. Bringing in this in our individual lives and bringing in this also for the new earth. All of this is energy, this angelic presence. It's what we this is what the moon is showing us, this Leo full moon. And I love that he's the King of Wands, because the King of Wands would represent Leo. Okay. So this is it. King of Wands is actually coming in to clarify this full moon for us, represented by the actual moon card in the area of Earth. This is what's manifested. This is what's manifested. It's that bold King of Wands, fiery Leo energy, and he is just so sure of himself. He is like, what I say stands and cannot be changed. I am the ruler and protector of everyone in charge. And so it is. And so it is, and so we are. Okay, and what we've said is peace. What we've said is abundance. And what we've said is new opportunities for growth, for healing, and for everything that humanity could ever need to go forward. The next one coming up is another ace. It's such a powerful reading. Another beautiful Ace of Wands, again fire, again Leo energy, and it actually says, the initial spark of creativity starts in a dark corner of the world, far from where others may see it. This isn't what we don't see coming, this is what's hidden from us in effect, okay? And it's coming to clarify that Page of Swords, which, as I said to you, what's hidden from us, what we don't see, is very often that we're far more able, we're far more intelligent, capable, and gifted at sorting a lot of things out than we're giving ourselves credit for. And that beautiful Ace of Wands has come in to clarify that. And it's spot on what we're saying. It starts in a dark corner of the world where others may not see it. It's what's hidden. It's what's hidden. It's perhaps what you doubt in yourself, but it's there and it's ready to be ignited under this beautiful Leo full moon in springtime, halfway to the spring equinox, my loves. Perfect portal within. So I'm loving this reading. I'm loving the energy of it. It's really strong. It's shown me a lot that I didn't, as I always say to you guys, I never know what's going to come up. I hope it's resonated with you guys. Please leave me a comment, please leave me a like, please leave me a share or a subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world to me and it keeps me going. Just want to do a spirit animal tarot, just the one card at the end. Sort of use this one more like an oracle than an actual tarot. But the animals wanted to come in. In fact, it was the first deck of cards that presented itself to be used to me today. Okay, so just one from the spirit animal tarot. We won't be needing that now, but we will be needing that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, feeling a lot of heavy energy. Not a surprise. Oh, that's perfect. Right, what do you what animal do you reckon has come up in the Leo full moon out of our spirit animal deck? I have gone cold, my darlings, because there's just so much confirmation spirit is working with us today, albeit that I've been a rather rusty tool for them to use, but they're using me nonetheless. Because you couldn't write it. The card that's come up to clarify our Leo full moon springtime reading is the lion. The actual lion card has come out. You saw it with your own eyes. There you go. And people don't believe in magic, I know. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful to Spirit for presenting us with that beautiful. And what does this say? There's a little mantra at the top there. And what did I say at the beginning? I feel like this is asking us to step into our heart, okay, and tap into our heart portal and to act from there. Impartially. Adding the impartiality to it and we won't go wrong. Ruler of the open art. Ruler of the open art. You couldn't write it, my loves. You could not write it. Let's have a little look-see at that one. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Ruler of the open art, lion, strength, courage, compassion, acceptance and love. Noble lion, symbol of courage, truth, dignity, guides us to act from the heart. Ancient cultures associated Leo with royalty, the sun's golden healing light and illumination of the authentic self. Interesting. Admired for his physical prowess and spiritual wisdom, the lion represents strength, stability and leadership. Powerful yet nurturing, playful yet assertive, lion walks gracefully, encouraging us to remember our noble spirit. Receiving this card advises honest appraisal of inner strength and character. Do you feel weak or ineffective? Lion roars and commands respect, a clue to express yourself and step into your power. Do you rule with rigidity, force or manipulation? Lion advises patience, compassion and respect. Find balance with an open heart. Is your inner beast out of control? Channel passions and align wayward energies through creative, meaningful projects of self-discovery. Originally associated with the goddess, the lion melds feline and feminine energies, reminding us that true strength is not violent or controlling, but emerges through love, appreciation and acceptance of self and others. Be present, overcome fear with trust, and advance on your journey to self-actualization. Be true to the self, calm, authority. I love that we've got that. I've also forgot to mention that all the way through this reading, there, that little figurine there is a new one for me. Is Sekhmet, the lioness goddess. She was there all along and I didn't even realise. So there she is as well, which is spot on for what we're chatting about. Yeah, I feel like that really sums up all of the energy that we were getting. Don't forget what I said at the beginning about like arguments and egos getting out of control at the minute, and that could create lasting sort of struggles. Okay, step forward confidently and boldly, but with an open heart. But that also came through as well very strongly of, yes, we need to go from the heart, but we need to make sure that we're being impartial, otherwise it's just selfish, toxic. sort of side of acting from your heart, which is like a self-centered kind of dark side of Leo kind of energy. What we want to do is temper it with our wisdom. What we want to do is temper it with our mental agility that these swords are bringing us. That's the message here. Be true to yourself, calm, authority. A lion doesn't need to roar that he's a lion, okay? He just is. He just steps forward confidently and boldly. That sun is blazing behind him. That light that he's bringing in is divine. That is the light that we are bringing through on this full moon, my loves. I'm so happy to have had that message from Spirit there via the lion energy. And honestly, it doesn't surprise. I think I said to you guys a couple of weeks ago, I've been working quite closely with setting my head, hence the little figurine there. Yeah. What can I say? Yeah, wow. So the romance angels wanted to come in today as well, and literally how I know the romance angels wanted to come in today, because I just think, well, it is February and everybody can sort of associate February with love and romantic love and falling in love and all of that, and I thought, oh yeah, but is it a bit soon for that sort of reading? And then out of nowhere I had the earworm of the song Cupid, draw back your bow, and I thought, yeah, do you know what that is? That's because you need to bring the romance angels into February's reading. So and I had that confirmed for me quite joyously also. So here they are. Now, whether you're in a relationship or not, these messages can be quite interesting, because they can also be related to how you're relating to your own higher self. Your own relationship with yourself is your most important relationship of all, and there's nothing selfish, egotistical about that when you learn and understand what that truly means, which we're all on a path of learning. And that's another thing that Leo has no problem with and is a wonderful teacher of, is how to love yourself first as well. So yeah, that's more of that energy, because there's a lot of heavy energy here around the issues of the heart today, people. What's going on? Okay. How are we going to get over I can't possibly take all of them. How are we going to overcome the issues of the heart? Oh, and stay underneath, okay. Of the heart. These heavy energies that you may be navigating, especially with the full moon, because of course it'll bring us what we focus on. It'll bring us more of what we focus on, especially under the full moon. But if you can't help it, and your focus has been swayed towards the negative, and you are feeling a lot of drama, and you are feeling that negative side of the lion, and you are feeling that drama, and you are feeling that kind of stress, strain and worry, then how can you navigate that and raise the vibe, okay, before tonight's full moon? And the message from the angels is playfulness. And it's perfect. Because don't forget, a lion is just a big putty cat. Okay, playfulness, play. I see kittens playing. Recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Funny I should say kittens. Allow your inner kitten to come out. You know, if you're feeling that lion-y, sort of wanting to roar and rip and, yeah, be dramatic and everything, because you're not getting your own way, or you're in some kind of pain that you're processing, then tune in to your inner kitten, okay? Tune into your inner kitten and allow your youthful spirit of fun to shine, playfulness. That could be anything. Do something to take your mind off your stuff. Remember that life is meant to be joy. Remember that life is meant to be playful. Find something that brings joy to the inner child in you, okay? Think about, if you're stuck in a really bad place, that kind of energy, think about what your 9 or 10-year-old self would be saying to you right now, and what they would like to make them feel better. And it could be something as simple as a bowl of ice cream and a cartoon. There's no shame in it, whatever age you are, if that's what brings you back to that space, you know. It could be anything. It could be something that your inner child is screaming out for there, I feel. But I feel like kittens, and we all know, like, if you watch kittens playing, I'm being just shown the image of kittens playing, it's the simplest things that they, like the classic is the ball of wool, isn't it, you know. socialising as well. You may have cut yourself off a little bit too much lately. And while cats are very independent creatures, and certainly lions are, they're also, when they want to be social and they need to be social, they're very social as well. So maybe that's having a bearing on your energy at the minute. Maybe you need to just socialise with the right people at the right time and get that energy back that way. The card that was underneath the pack that was hidden from us was asking us to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So I feel like this time of year it's very easy to feel the pressure and to cave into the negative side of the pressure of having to be in a relationship at all, or having expectations within a relationship. And if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you might sort of have negative expectations, like, oh, it's always rubbish this time of year, oh, nothing good ever happens or whatever. Or you may just sort of be saying, oh, well, it's another Valentine's Day where I'll be all on my own and da-da-da-da-da. And that's the poison of it. That's the black magic of it. The same as at Christmas time, people feel more lonely than they normally would. Remember that the most important relationship is with yourself. Okay, if you're not lucky enough to be with somebody, or even if you are with somebody, but that's far from perfect, look at how you can nurture yourself. Look at how you can love yourself. Stay optimistic. The more love and nurture you give to yourself, the more attractive you'll be to somebody who is right for you and who can give you the love and attention that you deserve. But give it to yourself first, my loves, okay? Very strong message coming in there. And again, that's something that Leos and Lions are never, ever scared of. All right? So, I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Sorry for the rocky start. Sorry for the rustiness of it. Please give me a thumbs up, please give me a like, please continue to support me. I'll be back with regular readings from now on. Now that Mr. Milo's on the mend, I've got no excuse not to. So I'll be back probably tomorrow, if not later on, if not even sooner, with the Starseed reading. And I'm going to bring the collective readings back as well, because I do realise I haven't done one of them for a long time. And we're going to start with the Earth signs, because the Earth signs didn't get one on the last one that I did. And I'm going to be seeing what comes up for the beautiful Earth signs there soon as well. So let's see how this goes. Let's navigate this full moon energy with confidence of a lion and let our beautiful light shine out in the world, my loves. Okay, so until I speak to you again, all the love and all the light.